Dear student, this is Professor Shailesh Devdas Janbandhu, Assistant Professor, Department of BCom Computer Application, GS College of Commerce, Worth. Today we discuss about the fundamental of computers. In last lecture we discussed the all types of computers, all relation and syllabus of patterns and other things about the fundamental of computer. Now today we start with the generations. Means when we talk about the computers, just like the human, the computers also have the generations. Not only the hardware but also the software also. Before that, when we talk about the generations, that time thinkers think that only hardware would be generated or enhanced, but as hardware as well as software also enhanced in nature or in a decades or a particular time of period, and that time of period is called as a generations. Just like we have 5 types of generations or generations of computers: first, second, third, fourth and fifth. The year of all these generations are described different way. Different type of author provide different time of period for every generation. So not talk about the time of period but years or but dates. Just talk about the enhancement which are available with the hardware and with the software. Number 1 generation or first generation of computers. The computers names like ENIAC, EDVAC, these are the computers which are in the form of first generations, where all the equipments are particular to this computers. I have some monitors, desktop, but that time we don't have monitor or desktop PC or input devices. That time we uses to transmit the data or the pulses or electrical pulses using the vacuum tube. Vacuum tube are a fragile glass device, just like our tube or just like our a particular format, like a bulb, just like red bulb. In red bulb we use the filament that is called fragile glass. That way uses the more type of heat or more heat, or we can say that the first generation computers are the computers where these vacuum tubes are used. In a computer system, thousands of vacuum tubes are arranged in a sequential or arranged in a manner that can be transmit the information or the data from one component to another, or we can say that the electricity will transmit from these vacuum tubes. Due to these vacuum tubes or glass, the heat were generated vast amount. Yeah, or we can say the most type of computer system which has the wall or a particular room type. It has many vacuum tubes are arranged in a manner. For inputting the data, we use the punch cards in this computer or in this generations. Means all the data and instructions can be punched through the punch card or inserted through the punch card. But we have one disadvantage: we don't have a monitor keyboard by which we can transmit the data from user to the computer system. Therefore, for inputting the data we use the punch cards. This type of vacuum tubes generate more heat, therefore it cannot be reliable or its life is very small, because due to the heat that fragile glass will be blast or the process will be terminated uninterrupted due to this heat. Next one is second generation. In 1947 the transistors are invented in Bell laboratories. Transistors are those equipment which replace the thousands of vacuum tubes. Transistor contain most of the vacuum tubes in or thousands of vacuum tubes in a single transistor. The size of this computer is smaller than the first generation computer. In second generation computer, new languages were introduced, that is called Fortran and COBOL. Due to the vacuum tube or punch card, the data will be transmitted into the computer system using the machine level language. That machine level language is very difficult to understand by the human. Next, in second generation, that machine level language will be transmitted into the assembly level language. In that level language, the Fortran and COBOL type of languages will introduce in this generation. Due to the transistors, the most important disadvantage will eliminated by the transistor, that is heat generation. Transistor cannot generate the heat or much heat or smaller heat than the vacuum tube. Next generation is third generation. In third generation, in 1958, IC will introduce in Bell Laboratories. IC stand for integrated circuit. Thousands of particular transistors were managed or replaced by a single circuit, that is IC. This type of equipment or component is attached on our motherboard. Today's motherboard we see in every computer system. The IC will be available on each and every electrical component. It nothing but transmit the electrical pulses from one component to another. But in first and second generation, the data will be transmitted through the wires from one component to another. But in third generation, all the pulses will transmitted in a single component, that is called integrated circuit. In this generation, the third level languages will introduce, that is high level languages. That high level languages which can understand by the human, because it uses the English like structures, so the human can understand it, but computer cannot understand the third level language or high level language, because computers use only the machine level languages, and machine level language means 0 and 1s, or in the form of on or off, and that can be done. But the assemblers, interpreter are introduced in third generation languages. The size of computer system become more smaller than the second generation and third generation. Due to this type of computer system is very popular in commercial world, because first generation and second generation's computer, the size of these computers are more than a single room. Therefore, in third generation, all the different type of softwares and languages are introduced into third generation language. Therefore, more software were developed by the developers, and that softwares can be useful for commercial persons. Therefore, the uses of third generation computers are more popular than first and second generations. Next one is fourth generation computer system, where the IC is transmitted into LSI and VLSI. LSI stand for large scale integration and VLSI stand for very large scale integrations. Means integrated circuit can be replaced by the LSI and VLSI. Integrated circuit mounted on our motherboard, but the LSI and VLSI are the chips where different type of pin points are available, and each pin point replaces the thousands of integrated circuits. Means each pin point is replaced capacitors, then ICs and transmitters. All these can be replaced by a single pin. So all can be done through LSI and VLSI. New generations computer or our desktop now can be very small, and all advantages of computer systems can be available for that. and fifth generations to till now we are in a fifth generations of computers, and that use the ULSI, ultra large scale integration, which replaced by the LSI and VLSI. Here we use the microprocessors or introduction of microprocessors. That microprocessors can be useful from the size of computers to computers. Now we have desktop computers, laptops, our mobile phones, also a computer which is handheld, or different type of handheld computers are available due to the ultra large scale integrations. As well as in this generations, artificial intelligence also introduced in our computer system. Artificial intelligence is nothing but that, just like our child has the capability to understand, to learn. Same way, the computer system also learn from their users, and that can be done through artificial intelligence. Most of the robots are use the artificial intelligence for more information or gather more information. So we have 5 types of generations. Like first generation uses vacuum tube, which is use the fragile glass. Second generation, and storing the data, we use the punch card. Second generations, we have transistors which are replace the vacuum tube. In third generations, we get a integrated circuit, or more high level language were introduced. Fourth generation, we have VLSI and LSI, large scale integration and very large scale integration. And in fifth generation, we have the ultra large scale integration and the artificial intelligence introduced in fifth generations. Same way, in computer system we have some characteristics also. Means a computer system should have these characteristics, just like number 1, speed. The computers are introduced to calculate or to make the calculation first. The speed of calculating of a computer system can be measured in MIPS, million instructions per second. Means the speed of computer system can be measured in MIPS. We have that type of computer system which can convert the data or manipulate the data in nanosecond as well as in a picosecond. So the speed of computing or computer is very high. Second one, storage. Just like we have a memory, but we have a volatile memory. After some time we erase our memory, or we can not remember anything or normal things. But when we use the computer system, when we enter the data into computer system or store into the computer system memory, it will be stored permanently. When and where you want that data, it can be accessible. Means we can say that the computer system can access any type of data which is stored into it. Means time or decades or years or any time of period, we can access that data using the storage, and that storage can be available for every computer. But in first generation, the storage capacity is very low, and in fifth generation, the storage capacity of a computer system is beyond the measurement. Means 2 TB to 4 TB or petabytes, gigabytes, all are available in fifth generation. So the storage capacity of computer system is very high. The accuracy, there is a term used in a computing, that is GIGO, garbage in, garbage out. If we provide the data to the computer system, or wrong data can be provided to the computer system, the expected output will always be garbage. Garbage means which are not expected or which are not useful for the users. Means when a computer system operates on a computer, it will produce always 100% accurate result. But depending on the user, which type of data it can be provided by the user. Depending on user, if we provide the garbage to the computer system, means garbage in, the computer system always provide the garbage output, means unexpected result for the user. Next one, diligence. Diligence, just like human has a capability to work on a particular period of time. Just like a human can work 8 hours, 10 hours. After that, it become fatigued or tired. But the computer system is a machine. Therefore, it can work continuously, or it can work continuously for many hours, or continue for a day, 2 days, or a week, because it is a machine and it never be tired. Even if we do a thing repeatedly, we can bored, but the computer system cannot be bored anytime. So it has the diligence to work continuously. Next one, versatile. Versatile means anything can be done by the computer. Computer system can manipulate, can calculate, can convert, can assemble, can produce. Means any type of work can be done by the computer system. Therefore, we can say that the computers are the versatile machines. Next one, reliability. We can reliable on computer system. If we store the data into computer system, that data can be retrieved anywhere and any time. That means it can work on that data and convert the data into the expected output or information. Reliable. So we can reliable on that particular computer system. Even if we store the data into computer system, we can retrieve it. If we provide the data or unprocessed data to the computer, it will produce the output for us. Even the computer, when we purchase a computer, it can work for years, not for months or days. It work for years. Therefore, we can reliable on that computer system. Automatic. Computer is a machine, and when we start a machine, it never be, or without intervention of a human, it can continue the job until it finish. Means never use the interventions by the human. Means it can automatically work. If we provide any type of work to the computer system, it will continuously work on that data till we get an output. Means computer system automatically work on each and every information which is provided to it. And last one is a power of remembering. Just like in second point, we discuss about the storage. That means we can store the data into the computer system permanently. And if the data is permanently stored into computer system, that data will accessible anytime and anywhere. Means computer can remember anything which is available or which is stored into the computer system. So the power of remembering of a computer system is more than a human. Means it can accessible that data or information which is stored into a computer's memory. It will be accessible by the user. So in this lecture we discuss about the generations. We have 5 types of generations: first, second, third, fourth and fifth, as well as the characteristics of computer, that is speed, storage, accuracy, diligence, versatile, reliability, automatic and power of remembering. Thank you.